truth is, if you do this for yourself, you will have way more health and energy, and you will help way more people at a deeper level. I decided to do something that I strongly advise you not to do. So there's 10, 20, 30, 35. 35 pounds is the amount of money that I have in my life right now. For 13 years, I never was into that type of sickness. And it's just, I'm grateful for that experience that showed me never do that again, Mariam. Just like how horrible it is to not be able to listen to your body, to shut down your body's language, your body's communication when your body has needs, to not even listen to your body's needs because you listen to someone else telling you what to do. It was horrible. I felt like such a bad person doing that to my own body. Hi and welcome in this video. Mariam here, sharing about how to live a more nourishing, energizing and prosperous life. I'll talk about that last part, prosperity, and how to live a prosperous life in this video, doing a little clin d'oeil, clink, as we say in French, simply because prosperity, I believe, is not about being rich financially, and I'm going to share that because this is not how I feel I am at the moment. I'll be sharing actually this, and I feel like this is more about living a life of freedom, and especially now that I want to share with you why I didn't share a video earlier. The reason is I was not in a state of health which allowed me to be able to make a video. This is terrible. This is not something that normally happens to me, and I want to share about that. So yes, the whole prosperity game is going to be upgraded and shared in a more detailed way in this video and in other videos, just so you know that I believe prosperity is energy only. It doesn't matter the amount of money you have, as long as you have health and energy, you have everything. Okay, so the reason I was unable to make a video those days was because I was sick. Like a word that I normally never use, something that normally never happens to me. And the reason I was sick is because I put myself in an environment that was not aligned to my energy. I decided to do something that I strongly advise you not to do, and I will share about it. And I did something that I feel like isn't a good idea, isn't even the wisest thing to do, and I want to share about that because so many people in this world think that we must do it. And the reason I feel like I was sick is because I did that, and even the gurus, the mentors, the teachers, anyone will tell you it's always better to go that way if you want to be a good person, a healthy person, someone who has money, someone who has a purpose, someone who has a meaning in their life, someone who experiences happiness, and I totally disagree with that today. Okay, so the reason I was sick is because I decided a few months ago, I realized I wanted to transition in my career due to also the experience I had in the past. I wanted to transition in my career and work with different type of people / companies. I wanted to work with companies and help, first word I'm going to share about in this video, help other companies thriving more in their businesses and just help companies. Basically, I won't go into details of explaining what helping companies is. Basically, I do marketing. I am trained in marketing. This is one of my talents, so I can help companies dealing with that. So I was starting to do those events, networking events, things that I never done in my life before, like networking events, meaning you go to places, you connect with people, you connect with entrepreneurs, blah, blah, blah. You sell your services. And well, I made up services because really, basically I just created my life aligned with how I can help other companies. And I started to create offers, do conferences around that, and get people to tell me, I want to work with you, Mariam, on this. Can you help me on that? We do this together? And I realized afterwards, after having done all those events and networking and conferences, that I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do marketing. I actually didn't really care about marketing, and especially I went to those how can I say, presentation. I remember this one presentation of someone who is doing airplanes working with hydrogen, meaning that it's green and not polluting the environment. And when I told him, what is your marketing and what do you do, he said, people come to me, I didn't do anything. I mean, a few things just show me that I did not believe in marketing anymore. Not that it doesn't work, but I just felt like I'd rather dance and do fitness than doing marketing, to sum up the whole situation. So I decided, okay, Maram, if you want to dance and do fitness and you don't want to do marketing no more, you don't want to work on your computer, find a way to do that, okay? But it means that I had to make decisions, because a business, if you have a business, it costs money. If you don't want to sell services, you don't want to sell whatever it is that you are supposed to sell or decide to sell, then you have to either close a company or find a way to get your company funded, whatever. But you have to make a way that you can actually pay for the fees of the company. I decided I wanted to take time to just decide what I was going to do, how I would found my passion for dance and fitness, and just do that as a living and as a daily activity. So I decided I would close my business, and in the meantime, by the time I get a plan set and I get a more organized life, I would, again, the same word, help other people, individuals this time, into their day-to-day life. And I decided I wanted to help people having special needs. Okay, that's another thing, like children or single moms, especially because I can relate. I've been brought up by a single mom, and I felt like I could help someone who um, I knew the challenges in their life. I knew how to handle this, and I felt like I could give back this way. Another word, giving back. I will talk about that later. And I decided to just, I found this person, this woman who also has Indian origins like me. I felt like there was so many connections and synchronicities that would make it work. Okay, and because she was a single mom, kind of struggling to raise her autistic child and needing help with that, I felt like I could be the perfect fit to do that, which I believe I was. But here is the thing. So I closed my companies once I knew that. We agreed on me living in the house and helping them on a daily basis, helping the child with school runs, activities. I felt like he was into dance and fitness and physical exercise. Great! I could actually dance with him, do physical activities with him, and um, grow my connection with people, because that's another thing. I spent years not talking to people, not really connecting with anyone, and living like an hermit or alone in my 5 meter square attic. If you don't know my story, it's on my website or in other videos. But I felt like, yes, I spent years doing that, and now I want to reconnect with people. I want to share with people. I want to have fun times and moments with others, and understand their life and understand what they like and their hobbies, and basically share and connect with other people. This is something that I like. I've always been a very social person. The only thing is I just needed time to be alone for some years, but now the reconnection isn't always easy. I'm gonna explain why. So we decided both, we agreed that I would move to London City because she lives in London, or they live in London, and I decided that was the opportunity for me to close everything. Rule number one, when you have a plan, make sure you stick to the plan. And the way to make sure you stick to the plan is by closing doors to anything else. Okay, especially if the plan is new, especially if you're a little scared, especially if you tend to not go for the plan and run away from it. What I do is I close everything so that I'm sure, like I burn the boat so that I'm sure I'm not gonna go in the boat and swim back to my previous life experience. Okay, I didn't want to take the risk to tell myself it's easier, you get more money when you work with businesses, and go back to doing business with other companies. So for this reason, and also for financial reason, I decided to close my business in France, close my training center, things that took me years to set up, and thousands to invest in, and a lot of time and energy. You know all of that. If you are into business, you know. If you have a training center, you know, a training center approved by the government who can, all of that, you know. But if you don't have, I'm just sharing a little bit with you. So I closed my business, stopped my quitted the house I was living in, which was really nice by the seaside. Uh, Basically closed everything I could in France so that I was making sure I wouldn't go back there, live the life I was living previously, because I actually wanted a change. And I know the change will be challenging because I'm not used to working with people on a daily basis, living with other people on a daily basis. No, I'm not used to that. And I think I got into this in such an intense way, in such a hard way, and it made me realize how much living with other people impact your energy level. Impact your energy level. And especially if you don't have the choice on what you do with them, if you don't have the choice of your own timetable, which is something I never had for like, I haven't had for 6 years, I believe, because I hadn't been an employee for like since 2013. So for me, going back to this kind of situation where you do things that people tell you do things without having the choice, and you do things, especially with children, like, oh my god, that was another thing. You have to feed a child who doesn't want to eat. Horrible for me, especially because I'm into, like, fasting and energy, and my life. So having to feed a child, and especially force a child to eat and finish his plate, and tell the child, if you don't finish your plate, you're not gonna have the sweeties you want, or if you finish your plate and then you can play. All these type of sentences was horrible to me, and that's how they were raising their child. That's how they were behaving and doing. I did say, I'm not gonna do that. I cannot. That's not my values. But it wasn't working. I had to, like, the child was raised this way and knew only this way of talking, knew only this way of behaving. So even me wanting to do different wasn't working. He wouldn't listen to me. He was just used to this type of exchange: eat this, finish your plate, or you won't have this, or you won't be able to do that. Not to mention, yeah, it was just horrible for me. It was just horrible for me to do things and be part of an education system that I truly do not believe, and I truly do not approve, and I cannot do something that is so far from my own understanding and, I guess, way of seeing compassion, and way of behaving, and way of my definition of health, basically. So these things I realized were not working. Things like, also, when this little boy wanted to have, so he was 7 years old, when he wanted to have a bath after coming back from school, the previous person who was looking after him would say no, but really, there was no reason to say no. So I would say, no, he can have a bath. And we would be arguing on the fact that, no, you cannot let him do whatever he wants. You have to be firm and strict and all of that. But again, this is something I don't believe in. So it was triggering my whole concept of health and education and relationship with other people and joy, and the fact of, you can do things that you like if it's not harming other people. And yeah, just to sum up the whole thing, I was in a position where I was not feeling listened to, I was not feeling happy, and I was not feeling that my values were respected, listened to, and approved. And me having to work like on other people's terms and rules and schedule was definitely not working for me. And because of that, and because I pushed myself to still stay there, I didn't stay long, 2 weeks, but that was enough. My energy would go down and down and down the more I was staying there, to the point that on the second week, I remember every morning I would wake up having my throat swollen so bad, having my nose blocked. You can maybe hear it's a little bit blocked still, and having this fever, and just my body, even if I felt like I was okay doing this and I could keep doing it because I committed. And when Mariam commits into something, she actually does it no matter how she feels. And I think this is really a bad thing. I mean, not really healthy. My body would totally be unwell and totally decide, I don't want that experience, I don't want that environment, go away from it. So every single day I was getting sick, to the point that it was really hard to swallow, it was really hard to breathe, things that I never experienced in my life. I think once I had an angina when I was 17, and I was doing my A level and working at McDonald's at the same time, which means that I never had a break, and I was unable to quit. Again, same situation, and that's why my body got me into an angina for weeks, and it was really, really bad, and I was really, really in pain, and that reminded me that I never I never am sick. I can't remember the last time I went to the doctor, but for years, for 13 years, I never was into that type of sickness. And for those who think if you have energy, if you don't, if you fast, if you exercise, if you meditate, blah blah blah, you never get sick. No, it's wrong. You do get sick if you need that message. If your body needs to send you signals for you to understand, you have to quit a place, you have to quit an environment, you have to quit a situation because it's not aligned to your energy level, okay? And it's not the place you're supposed to be to perform at your best, to share at your best, to be an inspiration for others. That's something you should better focus on rather than helping, I believe now. Helping, let's talk about that. So yes, just to finish up, for a whole week I was sick every single day. I went to the doctor twice within a week, which normally never happens. I was hoping that the doctor would tell me, Mariam, I'll give you a sick leave and then you can have a break. But no, the doctor in the UK, unlike the doctors in France, they would tell me you are legally allowed to tell your employer, because I was in the situation now of being an employee. Oh my god. Never go into that. Please never go into that. Respect yourself, respect your time, respect the fact that you are creator and you are capable of choosing your own timetable, and this is way better for your health. Oh my god, I would not. I told myself, Mariam, never ever put yourself in a situation where you have to follow other people's rule, because it's just not working. And I think no human being should be working for others in the way that they aren't able to choose a timetable. They aren't able to choose their own rules and their own terms and what they want to do and what they don't want to do. And especially when I started to tell the woman, the single man, I am feeling really sick in the place, I don't understand, I need some time off, she would say no. She would say, can you believe, I really really need you. The other thing, you shouldn't follow that. I really really need you, I have no one else I can count on, you are the only person who can help me, I trust you, I have put my trust on you, blah blah blah. The whole affective dependency, effective, like blackmailing kind of manipulation thing that you shouldn't fall into, okay? Because really, it's not your responsibility if someone hasn't got a plan in case you need a break, okay? A company couldn't tell their employees, you cannot leave if you're sick because I don't have anyone else who can replace you. No, I don't care. I need a break. I should have my break. If you don't have someone to cover, that's your problem, not mine. So learning to take your own responsibilities and learning to also leave responsibilities to other people, okay, what doesn't belong to you, is a must, I believe, and it's something that you should be aware of doing. We should all be aware of understanding and behaving along the fact that they have their own responsibilities. That's their part, and these are my responsibilities, these are my responsibilities, and this is my part. But not mix each other, not mix also the emotions and the facts, and two different things, facts and emotion. I'm getting sick in your place, I need to leave. And that's what I told her at some point. At the end of the second week, I said, I'm sorry, because I realized one thing. As soon as I was out, I was feeling fine. I could breathe again, I could swallow again, I wanted to dance and have fitness again when I didn't want any of those things when I was at her place. That's another thing. If you feel like you don't have any feelings, wanting, joy to do the things that you know you normally like, it's bad. There's something wrong. It means that you are not in the environment you should be into. If you like fitness, but you are in a position where you don't feel like doing fitness, there's something you should consider. Something you should pay attention to. Because if you don't like something you normally do, it means that your energy isn't at the normal level it should be at, or it normally is at. And that's something also we should ask ourselves. The question we should always ask ourselves before doing anything is this going to give me more energy? Or at least, is this going to be aligned to my energy? Or at least, is this really not going to lower my energy level? Truly. And if we were all really asking ourselves this question, there's so many things we would not be doing. We would not be going for a job in a company or working for other people, because really, if you ask yourself the question, is this work, is this full-time job, is this business gonna give me more energy? The answer is no, probably. Okay, is this relationship going to give me more energy? Probably not. Is having children, living in the city, moving into a bigger house which costs more and has more bills to pay. All of that, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, is it going to give you more energy? And if you ask yourself the question, most times what we do isn't giving us more energy. Will I get more energy eating this food? Will I get more energy going to this place, seeing those people, wearing this whatever clothes, or wearing those heels? And if the answer is no, you should really follow that. And most people don't do that. And that's what I want to remind you. Ask yourself the question, is this going to give me more energy? Okay, in everything you do. That should be the only um, the first question we ask ourselves. And then if the answer is yes, then we could go on. But if I had asked myself this question before, well, I didn't really know, but I actually asked myself this question after the first week, and the answer was no, but I still stayed because I wanted to make sure I was doing my best. I wanted to make sure I was helping this single mom. I wanted to make sure I was helping this autistic child. And the truth is, you can't help other people if you are losing your energy. If you're not at the right place you should be then. And if you don't feel like that experience is making you more nourished and more energized, you shouldn't do that. So when I said to her, I'm gonna leave because the environment is making me sick, she got so angry. That's the other thing, she wasn't even caring for my health. Not even caring. She would say, oh, I feel so shocked, can't believe you saying that. I put so much time and dedication into training you and explaining everything. I fired my cook, my nanny, whoever, but I didn't tell her to do any of that. Like, again, whose responsibility is that? Who is responsible for feeling shocked, for having fired whoever, for having spent so much time training whoever? Not me, you. I never told you to do that. That's again another thing. When people tell you that, really figure out who is responsible. Do I have to take this for myself? No. The truth is, I did my best. I don't feel well in a place. That's it. Facts. Facts. I don't care about your emotions. I mean, I don't care in the fact that they shouldn't be there in terms of decision making or in terms of you are a bad person because of this. No, if she feels shocked, that's her emotion, that's her responsibility to feel this way or choose to not feel this way. Okay, we should be able, like, the level of mastery she has with her emotions is not none of my business. That's her business. Okay. And she was saying that she had her life was a mess, but really, I mean, again, not my responsibility, yours. If your life is a mess, maybe check in yourself. Don't you have a messy inside? Don't you have a messy communication with yourself? Do you truly respect other people by not allowing them to have a break when they need that? Okay, how can you expect other people to respect you? Because that was the other thing, people would um not really respect her ex-husband, and they would not respect the fact that like her ex-husband wouldn't look after the child when he had to legally, and he would just say, I'm not available. He would even lie to her saying that he's on a business trip when really he was in London chilling. And but you attract people who don't respect you because maybe you don't respect yourself enough, maybe you don't respect other people enough. And that's something we should always ask ourselves, instead of putting this responsibility onto other people or accepting that other people put that responsibility on us. So I heard all of that. I was starting to say, well, maybe we can see the blessings in the mess. Maybe we can remain grateful. Something that she really hated me to say. So okay, I just shut my mouth, listen to all the blah blah and the emotional exude that she needed to make, the emotional, release that she needed to go through. But really, Mariam is in a bin. If you need to release things, go out and shout, go out and swim, go out and do fitness, find other ways to heal yourself. And that's another thing, we should all find a way to heal ourselves. And really, about help, again, I'll come back to that. We can't help people. I truly believe today, wanting to just wanting to help people is already something that isn't healthy in itself. Because who said those people needed help? Maybe they said that, but that's their own perspective of how there's the definition of help and the definition of, this is my life is a mess, can you help me? But but that's only their own perspective, okay? The reality is everything is perfect. If you go through this experience, it's because you need it to grow to where you're supposed to grow. I'm not saying we should never ever want to make a change or be part of someone willing to change their life and change for the best or for the better or for something else, but that's their choice. Okay, when you decide I'm going to help people, especially for people who want to heal others, oh my god, such a big thing. If you heal other people, you can't even imagine how much energy you lose doing that. And if you think, no, I have a lot of energy and I heal people, you don't know what how much energy you would have if you were not healing others. You would have way more energy, just like I didn't realize the life of freedom I was already living, the life of energy I was already living when before having that experience. When I had that experience, losing my health, losing my energy, it felt like hell. It felt horrible. But as soon as I left the place, went out, went for walking for kilometers, just looking at the skies, um, looking at the skies, the animals, the park, the nature, breathing again, having that energy again straight away, I felt so grateful. I felt so great. I felt like the best thing is in life is only to be able to have health and energy. That's all. Best currency. The priority, the only priority, the thing that really matters. And I didn't care how much money I had because really I don't have much. I'm gonna show you in a minute, but it's not important because if you have health and energy, and if you follow the path of your passion, of what you like, what is actually giving you more energy, you will always find a way to have money, okay? And if you believe you cannot quit your job, you cannot do things that you truly want to do that give you energy and you know it, you cannot leave this relationship for whichever reason because you are dependent on the money, on the materialism and all of that, you can. You can, you just don't know it yet, or you just maybe don't see it yet, but you can. Um, right now, to be very honest, because I quit, I shut down everything. I don't even have a business, so I can't really sell anything right now. I said no to every offers I had received. I basically closed door to money, okay? But it's only temporary, and I know that I've been through poverty already. If you know my story, I'm not. This is something that I know. It's just it's an experience that I already know, so that I feel like I can go over it. It's fine. But having health and energy, that's the only thing that matters today. That is the only thing that matters. And for nothing in the world would I go for an experience just for the money or just for helping others. Or I don't want to do that. The best way we can help people is by us being doing what we love, doing what is giving us energy, and this way maybe is going to inspire other people to change, inspire other people to go for what is more energizing to them. Maybe uh, be that spark in people's life, but that's it. We shouldn't try and heal others, we shouldn't try and help others, we shouldn't even try to like go in their environment. Worst thing to do, because as long as we do that, we're gonna lose our energy. Okay, I'm not saying you should live alone in a cave, live alone in the mountains, but I'm just saying, remember to follow what is giving you energy, nothing else. Even if it means being poor. Because really, honestly, what I have, the amount I have today, because I'm closing everything, including my bank accounts, is in this. And be very honest, again, don't be scared. I know some people will be like, oh, Mariam, how can you do that? But this is what I have. Okay, this is the only money I have, very honestly. And I don't live with very much material things, so I could sell things, but really no, I'll just figure out another way. And I believe in the perfection of life. And again, as soon as I went out and left the place, uh every like magic was starting to happen. I was looking for a library and I was looking on Google Maps, and I stopped there for a minute. I thought, okay, Mariam, can you find by yourself? And I lifted my head, and in front of me, literally a few meters away, was a library. Okay, I went to the shop and decided I wanted to buy things. When I went to the cashier, the woman said it's £1. But what I had bought was not £1, was way more. I thought, okay, that's interesting. I gave the £1 and went away. See, life is always gonna help you as long as you follow what is giving you energy. Okay, there's no reason to be scared. I mean, there are reasons to be scared, but there's no. If you're scared, this is fine. This is human, but you shouldn't stop doing something because you're scared. Okay, whether you have a business or whether you have a life, working for other people, working full time. This is just so inhuman to work full time. Like you can't even decide, I want to break there. I want to meditate now. My body needs this. Like, how horrible it is to not be able to listen to your body, to shut down your body's language, your body's communication when your body has needs, to not even listen to your body's needs because you listen to someone else telling you what to do, or you listen to someone else telling you rules and schedules, and that you shouldn't be wanting this, you shouldn't have a break, you shouldn't have a rest, but your body needs that. It's horrible. I felt so bad having to tell my body you have to work this week, even though you feel bad and you need a rest and you need to lay down. It was horrible. I felt like such a bad person doing that to my own body. Okay, now I know I'm a bit emotional saying that, but I just want to share with you and maybe make you realize. Sorry for my nose is really getting blocked right now. Because I'm in this healing slash rejuvenation process. I'll tell you about that in a minute. uh just to remind you that your body is everything, okay? And if you are in a position where you cannot listen to your body properly because of whichever reasons and whichever decisions you made, please take a time and take a time to maybe list things and make a plan where you can respect your body more. And I can truly believe life will help you. I can truly say life will help you. You can truly believe life will be helping you. Okay, it's really hard for me to like speak right now, but anyways. So yeah, this is the amount of money I have right now. I have no other money anywhere. I'm closing my bank account, so I emptied everything. I paid the fees of my business, paid the fees of the accounts, the card, everything I had to pay, and yeah, that's I'm not I closed all the doors and the jars and the baskets of my services, my sales, everything I was selling, all the offers I had with other people, all my partnerships. So this is the reason why no money is coming in, because I decided no money would be coming in for this time that I need to think. Okay, and this is fine. I'm not saying you should do the same. I'm just saying if I can do this, live this life with such a little amount of money, anyone can do it. Anyone. But you have to have faith, and you have to follow what is energizing to you, and you have to live in integrity, okay? And just keep looking for signs, following the life and energy flow that is taking you to where you're supposed to be. Okay, let's count. Sorry, I need a tissue right now. So it feels really horrible for me to be sick because I've never been in that position for 13 years, as I said. And it's just, I'm grateful for that experience that showed me never do that again, Mariam. Just follow what is giving you energy and accept that it's fine, and accept that you shouldn't want to help people, which is the hardest thing actually, because I truly want to help. Like, I truly feel like I want to make a difference in other people's life, but this is only leading me to misery, and I don't want to do that no more. I feel like if I just dance, and it's inspiring to others, that's the best way I can help today. Okay, so there's 10, 20, 30, 35. 35 pounds is the amount of money that I have in my life right now. Okay, 35 pounds. Now, this doesn't mean that I live in poverty. It just means that I've been going through poverty, having debts, not having a home. But it does mean that, I'm aware and conscious that I have to make a plan and take action. And this is fine, I'm doing that. But I'm taking my time and I rely on God's power and my own creative power. And I can share with you later on what I will be doing. But I'm not worried because I know this is God's plan. I'm not worried, and I know my power today. And yeah, if I just follow my energy, what is nourishing and what is bringing me joy and passion, it's all gonna be fine. If I can do it, you can do it too. Okay? And the last thing I wanted to share is don't try to help. And if you are already in a position where you are helping others, caring for others, it's great. But know that maybe if you take a step back and just do things for yourself, although it may seem selfish for other people, the truth is if you do this for yourself, following what is giving you energy, you will have way more health and energy, and you will help way more people at a deeper level. Okay? And when we do need to go through recuperation, recovery, when our body is feeling sick and we need to heal, when we are feeling less energized or like our low level of energy has lowered, we have to go through this process. I feel like I am going through right now. I actually know I'm going through that right now because I created this on purpose. It's called what I call the rejuvenation process, meaning that you have to use certain meditation techniques, breathing techniques, a way to touch your body in a certain way, certain areas of your body, way to use silence and stillness, and also what else? Well, put yourself in an environment that is nourishing, and there's specific places and ways and techniques to do that. I do share more details in my book, The Wild Wisdom in You. Link is in the description, or in my seminars if I do plan on doing them. They would be available on my website. Again, link in the description. But this phase of rejuvenation is a necessity, is necessary for our body to heal and our body to go back to, I would call this regeneration. If we don't go through that, and we hope that this is going to go away by itself, then we don't take advantage of the power of our own energy and the power of our own body, willingness, intention, and our own capacities as creators. Okay, when we really tap into our creator's capacity, our divine powers, then we are able to rejuvenate. I've done that many times, and I wish I wouldn't have to say that, but it's true. When I was volunteering so much that I would feel burnt out, I had to go through a rejuvenation process. It's okay when you know there's a beginning and an end to a mission, and then you know you have time and space to heal yourself and go through that rejuvenation process. But if you don't have that, then that's when it becomes really dangerous and tricky. But yeah, rejuvenating is very important. Knowing how to rejuvenate yourself the fastest way possible is very important. And I feel really blessed to know that, because I have worked on this for years. I have trained myself on this for years. And I know the tools of the sun, the meditation, the breathing techniques, the touching, the specific information and affirmations and word to use, and using fasting also. It doesn't mean you should not eat at all. No, for those who want to go through that, you can eat, but know when to, and what to avoid during this rejuvenation process. I'm gonna end this video today. I will be sharing in the next video, hopefully, my feedback to Elitom about his forgiveness video, and that's something I want to share about. Also, forgiveness and peace, and things that I have decided to do or not do now and in the future. And I believe it could also inspire you, maybe. Have a great day. I love you so much. Catch up soon.